Launch. This is a girl who's bipolar as fuck. She goes from one end of the spectrum to the other end. So like she's very feminine. She's very submissive. Very womanly, soft. Tender. How you want a woman to be. Like how all guys really want them to be. Maybe not all guys, but most guys who have fucking sense. And she's like that, she's doing whatever Master Roshi says and other things. This is when she's in a blue headphone. She's like, oh, can I do this? Can I cook? Can I clean? Is there anything else I can do for you? Very womanly. Like I need, like, other people might need too. But when that flip switch, man, she's that stupid bitch who like thinks she can do all kind of shit, and she can. Like, I ain't saying she can't now. Like, don't fucking put words in my mouth now. She's running around with gunning people down. She's going to the rob people. She's hitting people. She's getting active. Not so womanly, but tomboyish. Very tomboyish. She's like, I don't like you looking at me. The way you looking at me, I don't like it. She starts running up on people and slapping them and shit. I don't like that, and it's fine to not like that shit, but you don't have to be like that. You can just simply say shit like that and be cool. They have to like tone the bitch down and shit. She starts pulling out guns on Master Roshi. She's like, hey man, you're in my place and you're, here to, be cool and you're over here, trying to gun, people down, and this shit ain't right. She ended up like leaving the place and trying to, rob banks and shit. This girl, does that, but then she like stuck around and shit. She, she ended up getting used to the guys and shit, and not being that way, but still being that way, yes, but like. She didn't hate it around, Master Roshi and other things. She stuck around a little bit, especially for Dragon Ball. But then she was like forgotten about, but I didn't forget about Launch. I don't forget about hoes and shit, man. Like, in anime and shit, people forgot about. They put her under the rug. I said, man, where's Launch at? In Dragon Ball Super, she ain't, powerful though. I'll run it by you, Her strength's a 74, 75 for speed, 71 for durability, a 74 for endurance, 73 for intelligence, and a 79 for experience, 74 for close skills, and a 78 for range skills, 74 for recoup, and a 76 for hack. So overall power score is a 74.8 for Launch. Be cool, Claw in the Corner, and always remember Launch was an OG member, and she was too. Be cool, Claw in the Corner.